Hello everyone, welcome to Pepaw Knows Best. My name is Mark, also known as Pepaw around these parts, and I ask that you please understand that the title of this program is a figure of speech only. Please don't take it literally. Cut me some slack, give me some grace. Me, Mom, my wife of 49 years, be the first to tell you that Pepaw doesn't know very much at all. So, but I am a grandfather of four, a father of two. Uh, Grandkids run from 9, 14, 17, and 19. And they're all really great kids. But I want to take a minute to tell you about me, this channel, and what you can expect from it. Now, I am a Desert Storm veteran. I'm not going to play that service up. The war only lasted 100 hours. I like to say that I took my John Wayne, Audie Murphy, and Alvin York packed up in my duffel bag, but I never got to dig them out. So, but I'll never puff up my service, which would have the effect of belittling the service of my comrade in arms. For the guys who really went through some tough service. So that's going to be all I have to say about that. But there were a couple of exciting times, which I'll talk about, in a later video. But I like to cover a number of topics. I wasn't sure how to set my channel up because I was wanting to talk about so many different topics. And YouTube, their algorithm has a hard time figuring out if you go from one topic to the next, it's thinking, well, are you this or are you that? And it won't really know how to send my videos out to people who will be interested in listening to them. So, but anyhow, the subjects I'll cover are social and cultural issues primarily. And, there's some topics in there like, I like to talk about history, the Constitution, which is, certainly cultural and social influences. Uh, Economics, same thing. Speed training is just health and fitness, which I enjoy that, but I probably won't hardly ever talk about that because I don't know if anybody would be interested in it. But police abuse of force. What else I got here? Oh, slavery. Yeah, I got to look at my notes here. Slavery and climate are issues that I'm really interested in and really taken deep dives into. So something I'm really good at, like I say, I've always enjoyed teaching and coaching, and something I'm really good at is explaining things. And I'll never talk down to you. I'll talk to you, and I'll never talk down to you, and I'll never try to make myself seem to be up here and you down here, and you just need to listen to me. So what I would ask of you is, don't believe everything I tell you. Go out and do your own research, and you kind of figure things out on your own. On things that you're really interested in. But um, I do have some college hours. I have 25 college hours. I was trying to get a management degree at a community college, and I had to quit because life and work took over. It's just one of those things when you got a wife and two kids at home. You got to prioritize your time. You can only split yourself up so many ways. But fortunately, God saw fit to give me the same kind of brain He gave any PhD and the brain that you have, and that is the ability to learn. So if you're willing to learn something, all you got to do is just study the subject. If it's something you're really interested in, get in depth into it. That's what I do. You don't have to learn every little tiny detail. You want to be able to understand the big picture stuff. Be able to step back, say, this is the big picture. This is how it works. I don't need to learn how the clock's made. I just need to know how to tell time. So, one bit of advice I have here for you is, always understand that you have the power to learn whatever it is you want to learn. You just have to commit yourself to do it. Now, over the last 15 years, I've accumulated 250 audiobooks in my Audible audiobook account. Now, I've listened to many of those books 2 or 3 times, and several of them several times. My favorite author is Thomas Sowell. He's an economist. He talks about social issues, race, migrations. He's just a great source of information. If you ever want to learn, you want to learn about economics, how easy it is to understand, get his basic economics book. You'll learn more. You'll learn more about economics in that book than you'll learn in any other, you know, great big thick book with a bunch of words and phrases and formulas in it. Now, with all the problems, we've had from the internet, all the terrible things that have risen from it. From my perspective, being 68, I grew up in a time when we had to open up a dictionary, not a dictionary, well, a dictionary, but also an encyclopedia if we wanted to learn anything outside of school, or you had to learn word of mouth or from your parents. There just wasn't a lot of sources out there. And that's one thing I really love about the internet is it's like having a thousands of encyclopedias and libraries right at your fingertips. So enjoy that. I mean, you may not see that from your lifetime because a lot of this stuff may have already been here, but just understand that there's some bad things that goes with it, but there's also some really good things that go along with it also. But like I said, I'll talk about economics, U.S. Constitution, American history, social, cultural issues, health and fitness, speed training, and police abuse of force issues. Favorite authors, Thomas Sowell. There are many other authors in there. I'd recommend any book by Thomas Sowell. He's just a great author and he's a great mind and somebody you can always learn from. Now, over the course of my life, being 68, I've learned a lot of things, lived through some pretty tough times. My wife and I, we lost our 36-year-old son 5 years ago, which I'll be talking about that in one of our videos coming up. I think that would be really beneficial to those who have lost a child and to those who know somebody who has lost a child. So I'll be talking about that. And I think you'll really enjoy my format. The way I do things. I have a Facebook page called The Most Perfect Union, and I had people really liked it. I had a lot of followers, and then all the platforms started censoring, and then it just kind of fell to the wayside. I don't do much on it anymore. I still post a little bit there, but not much. So I want to get back involved in something. So I thought, well, I'll just try this YouTube thing. Try to use basically the same principles of sharing information, although this is audio and I don't have any difficulty speaking to a crowd, but speaking to a camera and trying to have all your thoughts right there in your mind is a little more difficult. Right now, what I do is I use Microsoft Word and I put what I want to say on the screen and then I scroll it up there by the camera so that I'm always looking at the camera. I'll glance down at my notes and then I'll glance back up at the camera while I'm talking to you and not talking to my screen, talking to myself. But I'll always be honest with you. I'll never, ever, ever lie to you about anything. I'm not going to exaggerate anything. If I don't know something, I'll let you know that I don't know it. I'll put it in terms that you'll understand that I'm not certain. I'll say that. I'll say I'm not sure. It may be this, but you'll know that whatever I do, I'll be honest with you. And anything that you'll never hear platitudes and talking points from me. To me, people who just repeat worn out old talking points and platitudes, they just really have nothing to offer to the discussion. And it's just so boring to listen to people like that talk about it. So I guess that's going to be about it. I look forward to seeing you next time and have a good day.